All right, guys, it's the next day. I just came back from work and I'm gonna continue working on the project here. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out the measurements, the dimensions for the shelves I wanna build, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut them out. One thing I was thinking about is that since this area here is not that big, and the original plan was to install 4-inch thick shelves here, and that's gonna be too bulky. I don't think that's gonna look right. So we're gonna cut those in half. So instead of 4-inch thick, I'm gonna go with 2-inch thick. They're not gonna be completely enclosed as I was hoping, but I'll figure something out. I'm gonna try one, see how it looks, and then we can go from there. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and get the measurement from the edge of the cabinet to the other edge, and I'm gonna get started on that. So remember, there's gonna be 3, 1, 2, and then the long one right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take measurements and cut the first one. Alright guys, so this is the idea. This is the shelf down here, and this is gonna be the frame, and right, this is the front of the shelf. So I'm gonna cut a piece of these right here, of this wood, and I'm gonna do the front, the face of the shelf, and I'm gonna attach it to that. I'm still figuring out how I'm gonna do the how I'm gonna attach these to the wall, because as you can see, there's not plenty of room here to get my drill in there. I might have to do this piece last. That way I have enough room to drill that into the wall. But I'll figure that out later. Just give me 1 second and I will figure something out. First floating shelf is done, and this is how it looks. I ended up going with the original design. I thought it was gonna be a little thicker than what it is. It's 3 inches. That's 3-inch in thickness. I thought it was gonna be 4, but I ended up cutting my 2x2s a little smaller. So this is the first one. There's a little gap here, if you guys can see it, because the top piece of wood is not completely straight. It's a little bowed down. But once the shelf is installed on the wall, I'm gonna put a couple screws here, and the gap is gonna be gone like that. All right. And the way this floating shelf works, if you see it now, is just completely sealed, as you can see down here as well. And the way this thing works is in two pieces, and I'm going to show you right now how this is going to work. It's a little tight, but it's supposed to be tight. I don't want it too loose, so I'm going to show you how this is going to work. All right, so this is the top part of the shelf. This is the front, this is the face of the shelf, and this is going to go shoved in between the cabinets. And if you go like this piece comes off right here, as you guys can see it. You just go like this. I'll show you right now in a minute. So there it is, see that? So this piece comes off out, it comes out like this. Okay, so this piece is gonna be attached to the wall with a few screws, concrete screws. And then once this is attached to the wall, I'm just gonna grab the shelf and I'm gonna slide it in like that. Once it's installed in the wall, I'm gonna put a couple screws here, maybe one, and two more over here. And that's it. You're not gonna be able to see any screws from anywhere but the top, which is not really a problem. Yeah, so let me put it back together. And as you can see, it's got one 2x2. Well, I cut it down a little smaller than 2x2. One there, and the bracket, the attachment has three, and it slides. This one slides here. The middle goes right here in the middle. The other one goes on top. So what you do is you just line it up and then just insert it, just push it in like so. And that's it, guys. All right, I'm ready to install the shelves. I'm done with all three of them. I have the longest one here, and then the other two are in the living room. So I'm gonna go ahead and start installing the first one right there, and then the second one right there, and lastly the third one down here. So I'm gonna get my drill and my level, and I'm gonna start doing that. So watch me how I do this. Let's go. And there you have it, guys. All three shelves are installed. These are floating shelves. And as you can see, they are pretty level. All right, so next thing to do is I'm gonna get them out, and I'm gonna do a light sanding on all three of them. Then we're gonna stain them. We're gonna put a little stain on them, and once that's done, we're gonna put them back, and they're gonna stay there for good. That's gonna be a wrap for the laundry room. Okay, we're done here. We're gonna continue on this other side. Just like I mentioned before, I'm gonna start building all the shelves on this side and on this side over here. We got some pretty good plans for the rest of it. But yep, that's it. That's done. What do you guys think so far? Not sure if you guys remember how this looked when I first started the demoing, and when we first started taking out all the old pantry stuff. It looks so much different, and I've done so much. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the previous videos, video 1 through, I don't know, 3, 4 maybe, and it'll show you exactly what I've done to this room. Stay tuned, because this is going to continue, and can't wait to see the final result here, how everything is going to look once everything is completed.
Hey guys, welcome back. We have a little bit of a project here to finish up the shelves in our laundry room. But first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try out a few things. So before I stain the shelves, we have 3 products here. We've used this before. We've been holding on to this one for a while. It's a Varathane pre-stained wood conditioner that we use before we stain any of the woods, the wood furniture that we've done before. And then this is the actual stain. So I went with a golden oak color for the shelves, and that's what we're gonna stain the shelves with. This is the color that we wanna go for. The shelves have some nail holes like these. Let me show you guys up closer. So I don't know if you guys can see these little nails here and here. So what we are gonna try to do is, for the face of the shelves, I found this golden oak wood putty. So what we wanna try to do is see if we need to apply the wood putty before we stain, or apply the wood putty after we stain. So we're gonna use this as a trial before we actually stain the shelf itself. That way we know whether we need to, because I've never used this before. This is my first time trying this out. So we wanna see which way is gonna work better. Do I apply it first, sand it, make it even, and then stain it? Or should I stain it first? Since it's the same color as the stain, they're both golden oak. I hope that it stains okay. So I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna do a section where I'm gonna use the conditioner, and then I'm gonna stain it. And then I'm gonna use a section where no conditioner and just stain, and the putty after. And then this section, I'm gonna do the putty first, let it dry, and then stain it. So part of it, the end part, I will do the conditioner as well. So those are 4 different steps. I think that's 4 steps that we're gonna try and see if that works. Okay, so I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna apply this conditioner to the wood. All right, so that's the conditioner. And this is the stain. The conditioner doesn't really give it color, but it does help define the wood grains, which is the effect that I'm looking for afterwards. And then here is the actual stain itself without the conditioner. So let's see. Let's see what this wood is gonna look like after I stain it. Okay, so that's the stain. I think I'll cover this one up. Okay. And then I'm gonna fill these holes with the putty. It's like clay. I've never used this product before, so if you guys have, how did your project turn out? Huh, that goes on really well. Huh. I like it. It just blends right in. Okay. Now I'm gonna do a conditioner on this side over the putty. Okay, so here we have it. 3 sections done so far. Well, this part has just the conditioner. This part has just the stain without the putty. And then this has no stains, no conditioner, with the putty filled in. So I don't know if you guys can see how well the little holes were filled in. And then this one has the putty with the wood conditioner. So I think I need to fill this one in a little more. Okay. So we're just gonna let that dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna sand it down. Okay, so it's been a few minutes and I've let this dry. I have a piece of sandpaper here. It's a 180 grit, so let's sand this down a little bit and see what we get. Okay, so far everything is okay. I do like this here, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna stain the section where I use the preconditioner and see what effects I get here. And I'm gonna fill in this little one with the putty, and now I'm gonna stain this section here, the top part where I have filled in the nail holes. This section is preconditioned with putty and this has nothing on it. So let's see what effects we get. So I'm gonna fill this in first to give it a few minutes to dry while I'm working on the rest, and see if the color blends in. I think I'm gonna have to do this before I stain it, because I'm thinking the stain is already on and now I have to sand it. So let's let that dry and then I'll sand it and see what it looks like. All right, let's get to some staining. All right, so this has the preconditioner on. I want to see if it brings out the wood grains. That's drying. We're going to stain this section now. This has putty in it, this wood putty. And then this has the conditioner with the putty as well. Let's take a little of this excess off. Let's sand this down here. I think I'm liking this better. Looks like the conditioner is kind of preventing the stain to get into the wood. So we might go without this, as I'm liking this look better. And I filled in the putty, stained it after, and the putty looks darker. And if I do a second coat here, not bad. Here, I'll show you guys up close. So here is the wood conditioner, and here's the stain applied after the wood conditioner was placed. So it kind of did not let the color absorb into the wood like I wanted to. So this part here is really the effect that I was going for. And you can still see the putty in there. It didn't stain, but it blends in with the rest. So I think that's gonna be okay. And here I filled in the putty first and then stained it after, and it looks darker. So what do you guys think? I kind of like this color better. I think we're gonna go with the stain without the preconditioner for the shelves in this laundry room that we are working on. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So we can apply that afterwards. All right, guys, so we moved outdoors. Didn't realize how strong the scent is from these stains, so we're not gonna fill the house with this smell, so we're gonna move it outdoors. So let's get to staining. So this is the last shelf that we have to stain, and the stain is, the wood is absorbing the stain really nicely. It's bringing out all the wood grains, as you guys can see, and with a quick wipe, it just brings that out. Not really gonna see this part, so I'm not too worried about what it looks like. And this is the back of the shelf. But just to give it an even tone, we're gonna do this lightly. All right, let's turn this around.
This one is gonna be twice as big as the other one, honey.
Yeah, so this is gonna take a lot more stain. And we're doing 2 coats of this. Time to apply the wood putty.
We're gonna be, well, she's gonna be finishing up covering up all those brat nails holes. And then, by the way, honey, you're doing a good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys get the idea of what we're gonna do here. We're gonna finish up with the other one, and then after that, we are going to sand that putty down. We're gonna get rid of most of it. We just want to cover up those holes. After that's done, we're gonna give it one more coat. Am I right, honey?
Yes.
Okay.
One more coat.
All right, so we're gonna give it one more coat of stain. We're gonna stain it one more time, and after that, they're gonna be done. We're gonna go and get them installed for one last time, hopefully. One last time, and the shelves are completely done, 100%. We're gonna move on to the next item in the list, which is gonna be
Pantry shelves.
the pantry shelves.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but that's gonna be the next project. Oh, before that, there's gonna be another, what is it? Another crate, basket, something that that's gonna go in between the washer and dryer.
It's like a laundry caddy. It's sometimes they call them laundry apartments. It's basically a cabinet, wooden cabinet that goes between the washer and dryer, and you'll see that too.
All right, so guess who's gonna be building that little thing? I am. All right, so we're gonna bring you guys more of this project. So stay tuned, keep on watching, and yeah, there's a lot more happening.